Hi, this is Annabelle.
And this is Jon.
And this is Annabelle and Jon
Disagree. Alright, welcome everyone. We're here for another podcast, and I am with our
Jon
and Annabelle.
And what do they do?
We disagree.
They sound so happy to be here. How you guys doing today?
So tired, so hungry.
Yeah.
Tired, hungry, usual teenage stuff.
How are you, Josh?
How am I? Oh,
Yeah.
my name is not Josh. It's Joshua.
Listeners, his actual name is Josh.
Anyways.
Being annoying.
Actually, my birth name is Joshua. Anyways, but yes, I'm doing very well today, and I'm happy to be here with my two podcasties. I don't even know if that's a real word, but I just made that word up. If our Congress can do that, I can do that too. So, we'd like to go ahead and proceed with the topic, which is, I believe, women's rights in the workplace, correct? Or
Yeah.
all right.
In connection to birth control.
In connection to birth control. And which is a very touchy subject, as I'm sure a lot of you have heard, and especially from your parents. No matter what political views, it's always been a touchy subject. But our two podcastees, again making that word, are going to delve into that subject. So I'll let them get started with Jon here.
Okay, so I feel that businesses should have the right to deny birth control if it conflicts with their moral or religious obligations.
All right, here's his statement. Now go ahead. What is your statement, Annabelle?
Well, I disagree with Jon, obviously, or we wouldn't be here.
Then it would be Jon and Annabelle agree.
That's at the end. that comes at the end.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, basically, I believe that businesses shouldn't be able to choose what women do with their bodies based on moral and religious beliefs.
All right, fair.
Okay.
So with that said, the stage is set, and I'd like to go ahead, and we're going to be doing what I call women's rules first. So Annabelle, please set your argument.
I basically said my argument.
Well, okay, well,
Okay.
excuse me, please,
State your reason.
State your reason. That was a better. Man, I'm such a great moderator. Yes, please state your reason.
Okay, so I have a migraine, so I'm not gonna be very great at this today.
Fair enough.
I'm not on my A game.
I'm always on my A game, listeners.
Shut up, Jon.
So I don't think that men should be making rules about my body, especially when it comes to my birth control and other medical issues, especially if it's based on religious and moral beliefs. Because not everyone believes the same things, and your belief shouldn't dictate my body or what I do, really.
Fair enough. All right. And is that what you had to say for right there?
Pretty much.
All right. Now, Jon.
See, it's my opinion that. Let me think about this. It's my opinion that what it comes down to is the rights of individuals. Do the rights of individuals' choice to practice their religions.
So the First Amendment,
Yeah.
do you think it not invades necessarily, but
Well, I feel that we're trampling upon the religious rights of people by forcing them to provide birth control.
Well, I think that before they were able to petition or whatever.
Yeah, and that's.
And be yeah, I really don't want to do this. I believe that if it's a religious organization like Catholics, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't believe in that stuff. That they shouldn't be forced into it, but
I agree
still
with that too.
they should be depending on the organization, they should be able to provide it for women if it aligns with their beliefs, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a two-way street, and there's really nothing, not much we can do. Either we trample, like you said, on people's religious expressions, or we trample on reproductive rights.
True. And I think that the best solution to this is a bipartisan agreement, like what Annabelle said, that allows certain institutions to apply for waivers.
Yeah, and I think that's already something that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I was reading about it, his rollback on Obamacare.
His meaning President Trump?
Yeah, Trump's rollback on Obamacare. Obama was the one who created this, was it a law, I think, where organizations were required to cover birth control under their insurance and make it free, pretty much, because birth control is really expensive.
And was that under the Affordable Health Care Act plan?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
From what I read about it, but Trump is repealing that because he wants to give religions and religious people more rights. Like, he's kind of going for this, like, campaign where he wants more, like, you know what I mean?
Classic conservative Republican.
Yeah, where he's
grassroots.
trying to get people behind him who are religious. I feel like maybe he's trying to get more people on his side, perhaps, because his ratings are not that great.
I think he's trying to get a victory because he hasn't been able to repeal Obamacare as a whole thanks to bipartisan resistance in Congress. So now he's looking for smaller victories
Just
that
anything.
can help him float, essentially.
Yeah, he made a lot of promises at the very, very beginning, and like most presidents, when they make those promises, nothing happens, and then people are like, what? You promised me.
Yeah.
I hate you. And he's like, I'm sorry, pals. Whatever. Not really like that, but you know.
Except
He like
George Washington, the greatest president of all time.
Oh my gosh.
he did his best.
He did his best. Yeah, he said.
That's why he's great.
He said freedom for all, and then after he did his time as president, he went back to his slave plantation, but we won't go into that. But
That's a topic for another
that's
time.
another topic. Hypocrisy of our founding fathers. That would be a good podcast.
Yeah.
But our current subject is
Birth control.
birth control and the women's rights in the workplace.
So, John, do you believe that men should make laws?
I don't think it's fair to punish businesses for the activities conducted outside of the workplace, since certain things like dental care and eye care, these are things that people need to have in order to carry out their jobs. But
do you think birth control does not fall underneath?
well, it's
those?
something that people have a choice.
Well,
You choose to have relationships.
well, do you think birth control is just about sex then?
I mean, that's what it is.
No, not necessarily.
I mean, the medical benefits are extraordinarily true, but its main purpose is
not necessarily, not for everyone.
not for everyone, but for most people.
Yeah, for most people, yes. It's like a nice little.
It's a
nice.
get out of jail free card, essentially, where they can have all the fun, but with none of the raising a child. And you're denying a child a right to life by using birth control, which in and of itself isn't fair to the child.
Oh man, we're delving into a whole another argument.
Anyways, we're moving on from that.
Okay.
I can talk about that, but we're gonna
focus on
the topic.
that. Will be another
Sorry.
podcast. But yeah, that right there, that just goes
But
into whole.
Birth control is not just about sex. It's about like it prevents like cancers. It prevents like anemia. It prevents like heavy flows and like acne and like depression and all of these things. It's like this.
But aren't there alternative medicines to that besides birth control?
Not always.
Not always, but for a majority?
Like you can obviously take like depression medicine if you're depressed, but that won't help with other things. Like birth control is kind of like a all-purpose medicine. Not only are you like prevented from having children, like unwanted pregnancies, you also don't get acne and like you have regular flows and you won't bleed to death or get cancer. Generally, that's like the idea behind it.
Acne to cancer. That's a big jump right there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, I actually just want to, as a moderator, I would just like to ask, how does birth control deal with? Do you know information about how birth control actually does help? I guess the prevention or the curing of cancer and such?
It prevents it, does not cure it, obviously, because if it were to cure it, no one would have cancer.
Well, yeah, cure was a poor choice, but to the masses, when you hear cure, I guess it's more of an ear raiser. But I meant more of how does like the procedures? Is there anything?
Well, there's like oral. You can take it in pill form. You can get shots. You can get it implanted. You get it IUD or whatever it's called.
So this isn't really exactly surgery. It's like legitimate. Like you'll get it from.
Yeah, it's a prescription pill essentially.
You can go to like Rosars or like a pharmacy, any pharmacy, and they'll like refill it. It's something you have to take
not
all the
sponsored
time.
by Rosars.
Yeah, but
Call us though.
it like
I need
prevents
college money.
it prevents like cancer because it levels out the hormones. You know,
Yeah,
it's like all these things. It's a good pill.
Yeah, I the reason why I asked that is because I think a lot of people who listen to podcasts, maybe I'm making too big of an assumption, but I think when everybody hears the word birth control, they immediately think like,
Sex. Like
John.
John.
Exactly. Well, hey, no accusations yet. Okay, we're gonna have civilized arguments here. Then we can start beating each other. Yes. Anyways, but meaning just I think to the masses when they think of birth control, of course they only think about the sex part of it, but they don't really know what the actual medical procedure and how it's capable of. So I was hoping, and you did enlighten us. So I thank you very much.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do the majority of people take birth control to prevent cancer, cure acne, and do all the other stuff you said, or do they use it to take care of unwanted pregnancies?
I think it really depends. Like, I have friends who take it because of their horrible acne. Like, nothing else helps them, so they have to take it. And it has that nice little perk where they don't get pregnant, obviously, if they take it on time. It really just depends. So, it's either way. You can have it for fun, but it has its little perks that are nice. And I could talk about my personal life, but I choose not to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use myself as an example.
Although you use me as an example, so...
That's different.
That's different. Just got sexist in this room.
Yeah.
All right, we're starting a new argument, everyone? No, I'm kidding. Anyways.
In connection to
in connection, okay? We gotta stay in the ballpark here, people. All right. So, with that, John, is there anything, like any main highlights you have on, because clearly you're an advocate for the fact of to the right of the individual, and it's really ironic in the statement, or just in the subject in general, because it comes down to the basic: do we appeal to the mass or do we appeal to the individual? Mm-hmm. And sometimes the individual is is more outspoken than the mass. So it's a really weird idea. So has anything how do I put this? Has anything made it more have I changed my opinion? Not really change your opinion, but has anything like shifted, yes.
Well, my original opinion on the subject was that it shouldn't be allowed except if a bipartisan campaign was undertook that gave waivers to religious institutions. And that's still what I believe in. And that's what I'm going to go with. My opinion hasn't changed.
All right, fair. And Annabelle, after hearing about the statement of the religious freedoms, has anything shifted to that end either?
Really, my original point of view was we should all be able to do what we want with our bodies and not have, like, the law dictate us. So, like, that sounded,
insensitive?
Not insensitive, no. More like, I can't even think of the word now.
That's just what happens on a microphone.
No, rebellious, maybe.
Rebellious.
Something like that. Next.
Anarchy.
Yeah, anarchist. Yeah, it sounds like
we're revolutionaries.
I guess so. But,
the second
no,
Revolutionary War happened in a podcast.
I believe everyone should be able to make the choice that works for them, whether it be based on moral or religious beliefs or medical
I agree
reasons.
with that. I like the way Annabelle puts that.
I feel like it really depends. So I guess I'm on both your side and my side, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, we found a compromising position here. Is that what we're getting at?
Yeah.
Like, we found a middle ground.
There's a middle ground.
An ideal solution to this.
I mean, it's not nothing we can, like, really change.
Oh no, we can change the world. Come on, we're
teachers tell us
we're starting it right here through this microphone, right?
Change costs money.
Jonathon Wilcoxon for presidency 2044.
I'll be your vice president.
Okay.
I don't know how that will work, but let's see. It'll just be us, like, in the...
Wilcoxon Addy 2044.
I will start a rebellion just to go against John.
One country, one continent will take over Canada.
I'll let you do all the military
We'll connect
things.
Alaska.
Dear God.
It's fine.
Not that hard.
We already have a presidency going.
Yep.
You should write up your speech already. I think you're going to be voted in.
Oh, yeah, totally. Trump can get in, I can.
That was good.
That was pretty good. Hey, you know what? Seriously, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because I remember when when he announced that he was going to be running for president. Everybody I don't care
laughed.
I don't care who you were. You can be a diehard conservative. You can be a diehard liberal. Either way, you're like, that was a good joke. But then it ended up happening.
Now it's a real life.
Yeah,
joke.
it's oh.
It's not a joke anymore.
No.
That's for a whole other debate of what Trump has done for this country and what he has not. That can be a whole nother. That would actually be a good one.
That'd be a good next
we
one.
would get a lot of people on that one. So I don't know.
Let's do it.
It will definitely hit some personal feelings in this room, and I will have to be wearing some bomb management gear just to protect myself from the vicious savagery that will be going on.
Because this is an MMA fight.
Yes.
I feel like John and I are pretty civil people.
Yeah.
I'll fight him one day, but
One day.
not today.
One day with poison.
Not like that.
Wow.
I'll just destroy his argument and he won't know what to
Intention.
do
Ooh, man.
until that day
Civil
comes.
savageness.
Yeah.
Call it the CS, the civil savages. What? Anyways. Alright. So, I'm pretty sure we've got to our point here, people. So you viewers, you heard the argument. Pick your views. Be more interactive with the comments. If you guys want to place your opinions, please be respectable, though, because we are human beings on the other side of this mic, even though sometimes when we stay up at 12 in the night, we feel anything but human. But yeah.
Are you trying to tell us something?
Yeah.
Do you
I'm a
need
werewolf.
help?
Do you know how long it takes to edit these things? Nobody understands my pain. No, but seriously though, did you guys have any other closing remarks or anything like that?
I've been thinking about this, and this issue, like all other issues, are going to be two extremes to both sides.
Exactly.
But the moral of the story is, as long as both sides calm down, act like civilized people, and find a middle ground, life will be good.
That is how democracy works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it has yet to become a huge issue, but when it does, we'll have to see.
This is going to be the same. We're going to see this when we're in college, guys.
Yeah.
We're all going to see it. And
we're all going to be protesters. And
we're going to, and as soon as we see on the news, we're going to be thinking back to this room, this podcast, and we're like, wow.
We predicted that.
We called it. Okay, we're recording this. I don't know when you guys are going to be hearing this. Hopefully in about 3 days. 4 days max, but we are currently doing this on November 2nd, 2017, so we called it.
Jon Annabelle Disagree, ? Is that what we were saying?
Something like that.
yeah, something like that. We're not the best
Whatever
at
it is.
So I
Do you
guess
want to try again?
Yeah, okay, ready?
Hi, this is Annabelle.
This is Jon.
And this is Annabelle and Jon
Disagree.